Hey guys, how you doing? We're here to do our live stream Friday night. I'm here by myself. Reaper was coming out and he actually made it here. But then something else happened and Reaper had to go. So I gave him, $20 for his gas and his time because he did come up here. He did show up and then he had to go. So, and then something else happened. Amazingly enough, I couldn't get Josh here because he's home with Brittany and the new baby granddaughter, or his daughter. And, she's having problems and she's having pain and this and that. And he can't leave. He's got to take care of the baby while she's healing. And all of a sudden, guess who walks into my house? We've got Josh here. Yay! First time in what, 3 weeks? A month? 2 months. It's been 2 months, right?
Just missed last week.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Seems like forever you haven't been here.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Week.
Okay, so Josh is here filling in for Reaper.
What's up, everyone?
Tonight's going to be a very fun night. And we can ask some questions, and finally get answers, people. Get answers. That's what I've been looking for. I asked him when he first got here. I'm like, did you finally come up with a name? He's like, yep. I'm like, oh, what is it? I'll tell you during the live stream. I'm like, oh my God, Josh, you're killing me. So, welcome to the show. I hope you all have fun tonight. Thank you for showing up. Love hanging out with you guys. Let me check and see how many people are here. We only have 45. Oh, 138. Okay. We can start the Tracy update pretty soon then. Welcome to everybody that showed up. Welcome to our normals. Welcome to our mods. Our mods are doing a great job, ain't they, guys? I haven't had a complaint about mods ever since that last one left in that craziness. So that tells me that the last one was the problem, Our mods are great, good people. Everybody helps out. Everybody's there to help everybody. And, I haven't had one complaint about any of our mods. So thank you, guys. You guys are doing great.
To everyone saying congratulations, I appreciate it. Both me and Brittany appreciate it.
You got over 1,500 congratulations on my personal page, not even Facebook, the group.
I still have hundreds of texts and messages that I haven't
still
even
gotta go
opened.
through.
If I skipped you, I'm sorry.
Well, you got to understand, she went through 42 hours labor and then had a C-section anyway, and then got, an infection where they had to keep giving her IV antibiotics, 3 different ones, and then finally it broke. So Josh has been at the hospital for what, 9 days straight?
It was 6 or 7.
6 or 7. And I haven't seen him here. He hasn't come home. He's been right there watching the baby while Brittany's healing. And everything's been, I've been running crazy around here. I've got certain things I got to meet deadlines with, and I got to, do this stuff. And now I don't have Josh's help, nor I got to also take over Josh's jobs that he used to come here and do. So, it's been crazy. It's been, hectic. It's been like ridiculous. But things are starting to wind down. And guess what? And Sunday, we got Greg Woodstock here. And then we got to go spend the next 4 days at Coyote Peterson's house. Or not his house, but the event. Yes. Build a pond event and, all that kind of stuff. So me and Reaper will be there every day doing that kind of stuff. And things are moving along. And, hopefully, we'll do a good job there and maybe get some followers from that. And, Greg will invite us to more of these events. But, with my back feeling better and me getting skinnier, I'm able to bend over a little easier. Like just today, there was one tree left that was not cut up and put on the burn pile because we couldn't get the chainsaw started again. So we let it go all night. I went over there today and I started the chainsaw, which is rough. I mean, this thing is hard to pull over. It's a big man's chainsaw. And I got it running, and then I picked the tree up, put it halfway down on the chair so it's sticking up, and I cut it up into little sections, and then I bent over and picked up each and every section and threw it up onto the bonfire to weigh it down. And then I took all the branches and flipped them over on top of there. Then I was able to start the lawnmower up and do that whole side over there around the pond, up on the hill and all that, and got it ready for Greg Woodstock. I came back in feeling like the man. This is how I used to be. I'm getting stuff done. Yeah. And then Mara's complaining to me that the vacuum cleaner belt broke. Well, it didn't break. It did, but it broke on her. She didn't know how to run a Kirby. There's a green light on the head. You're watching the floor with the green light's on. If that green light goes off, that means the roller's not spinning, but the motor will keep spinning, and it'll burn a hole through the rubber, belt. So I taught her that. I put a new belt on it, and then I vacuumed the entire house. And I actually went in and bent over and picked up all these carpets in here and reset them right. I'm doing a lot of bending over now, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I'm trying to get at. I'm kind of proud of myself. This is the most manliness I've been for a while. I bent over. I took care of my own work. I went out there and I did the work, and I put the lawnmower away, and I had to mix gas for the chainsaw, put it in there, and it was all in 93 degrees today?
Yeah, it's pretty hot.
It was miserably hot. But I got it all done, and we are ready for Greg Whitstock now. And then, I call Reaper, and I'm like, listen, buddy, Josh can't make it tonight. Can you come out here? And he came all the way out here. He did. He lives an hour away. He came all the way out here. He sat here, and he's got a package in from Jim Sheasley he was going to open on the show. He took it home with him. But, as soon as Josh showed up, Reaper's like, okay, my back hurts. I'm out of here. I'm like, okay, Reap. I didn't want to tell him that Josh can only stay an hour, and you're going to leave me stranded. But no, I let him go. He's on his way home right now. He'll be on the show as soon as he gets home. And that's everything that's happened and transpired so far. So we can move on to the Tracy update.
Go for it.
No, there's people that want to know things.
Let her rip, Tater Chip.
Do we want to do it now or after the Tracy update?
After.
Okay. Going to have to wait. The suspense is killing me, too, because he hasn't told me yet. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay. On the Tracy thing, remember we've been trying so long to get a dentistry, and they say the hospital, and that she may have pneumonia. Let's get her a CAT scan. Let's get her x-ray. Let's do this. Let's do that. And it's taken so long. I got tired of all of it because now Metro can't do it because our pulmonologist says, oh, no, the hospital cannot put her to sleep. She's too much at risk. So she has to be under local anesthesia. Well, nobody will do it on our insurance thing or on her insurance thing. So I stepped up and I called Hudak Dental, and they're going to do it, but I have to pay them cash because it's not covered under any insurance. So it's supposed to be like $80 for an exam, but they said if you pay for this program we're in, it takes 30% off of everything that you do for the next year. I'm like, okay, let's do that because I was paying the $80 anyways for the exam, which is an x-ray and exam. Then the cleaning and the cavity filling will be 30% off basically. So I'm doing that. I'm just going to pay it. It's probably going to be about $1,500, but Tracy does not need to be in pain while we're waiting to do this insurance thing. I mean, if it was 10 or 20 grand, it'd be a different story. But I can work, a week and come up with money outside of my normal money that covers my bills. And, I can put some things up for sale. I used to sell on eBay a lot. I sold for years on eBay. And, I've had, over 10,000 sales on eBay or something. I can put some things up for sale and come up with this money without hurting our normal money income. Just things we have sitting around. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and cover this cost for her and just get it done because screw the insurance companies. It's been horrible. And so, we've got that. We're going to do that now. So as far as Tracy, she got her new boots in. Now, what they are is they're these things that go on and they strap to her leg, and then there's a hard bottom like a sole, and there's two straps, one on each side, that comes up to the calf muscle, and you pull them. And instead of her feet hanging down like when she's sleeping and stuff, now they'll be up at a 90-degree angle like your foot's supposed to be. But the problem is without all the right things, her muscles are just like tensing up and making her feet go. She had ballerina feet when she came home. It's much less now, but with these boots, it'll be completely zero. So we got them paid for by the insurance, and we got them today, and the fitting came in, and they put them on her, and they work great. We found out today Tracy don't like bending her feet all the way up. It kind of, I don't know if it made her wince in pain, but when we pushed her, we pulled the two straps and made her feet come up, and now it's a 90-degree to her leg. That's great, but she was okay. But when I put my hands between her toes and the machine, or the what's it called? It's not a prosthetic. It's I don't know. It's some sort of aid thing. But anyways, I put my hand between it and I pulled up on her toes, and she pulled her leg away. She felt a little bit of pain because she's been so distended for so long, you know. We do her daily workout of her legs, and then we do, you know, up, and then we go out and all that stuff. But her feet, they're just been so tight, you know. So these are help. So we've got that helping on her. And, you know, her moments of clarity have been there. And, you know, I've talked to her a couple times. You know, she's been in tears when I talk to her, because I tell her everything that's going on. I tell her she's got a granddaughter and all this stuff. But, you know, her moments of clarity are like 10 seconds, and then she's gone again. And so I have to talk to her all the time. Even when the nurse is here, I come in from work and I go in and talk to her. Try and catch her at that moment of clarity. And you know what I couldn't do? I could not tell her the name of the baby. So today, we will all find out the name of the baby. You guys get to find out when I get to find out, because, you know, I raised this kid and I thought I had some sort of specialness. No, he's treating me like I'm just everybody else.
I told you the name. I just told you didn't know how to spell it yet.
No, you told me a couple names, then you told me you were down to 2. And I go, well, if you're in them 2, here's like 5 different spellings of that same name. And then, you know, you never told me since then. I asked you before the show, and you were like, I'll tell you during the show. That's my son. That's my son. Proud of him. He ain't telling me the name of the baby.
I'm going back to look now.
You better go back to look, because I even said, well, if it's only 2 names, I think it's going to be Allura, and here's 5 different ways to spell it. And you never said anything.
You are sadly mistaken, buddy.
No. Let me see.
I said we picked a name.
Yes. And I said, wait, we picked a name, just figuring out spelling. Okay, so I said, okay, by that sentence, it's Allura at this point, because it's easy to spell, you know, Isabella. There's only one spelling. And, oh, you did say Allura or Elora. I didn't see that, and I put down Allura, O-U-R-A, Allura, O-R-A, Allura, O or A-L-U-R-A, and then A-double-L-U-R-U-H. And you never told me since then. I never saw that. I never saw that.
I gave you 2 options. It's either spelled A or B, A or E. There is no other option.
Well, there's 4 options there. There's A spelled 4 different ways.
Those were my 2 options. A or E.
No, then there's my 4 options.
And not that you gave up the suspense and gave it away. Her name's
The baby's
Allura.
name's Allura. How's it spelled?
A-L-O-R-A.
Just checking. You can't say that that's right. You've changed your mind every single day since she's been home.
No.
So A-L-O-R-A.
Yes.
Allura. Okay.
Middle name Marie.
Oh, that's Tracy's middle name. They named that after Tracy. I didn't think that was going to stick. You know, I didn't think. But thank you for that. That's amazing. So Allura Marie is our baby girl. She's such a sweetheart. I've got a bunch of pictures in here, but I couldn't show them. Somebody made a mistake, and I don't want to start trouble. So
I'll show you guys when I'm ready.
the baby's a week old. You're damn past already. Look, here, check this out.
I haven't even put nothing on my Facebook yet.
I know, but look at this. I went on because, you know, certain people said it was dangerous. Okay, but look at this. Here is our cousin with his baby online. Here's Brittany Moore with her baby online. Here's Amy Appleton with her baby online. Here's Lucy Lavelle with their baby online. Here's Sharon Hilton, Sean Stoner with their babies online. Here's Kat, you know her, and her baby. There's more of her baby. And then
Everyone's did different.
I know. And then here's just some stranger I don't know. And then here is Bruce Springsteen with his granddaughter posting baby pictures online. It's not dangerous. It ain't like I have the baby girl staying here and I put out my address and some, crazy on the internet. No, she don't live here. She's not here. I'm posting a picture. It's not really dangerous. And here's celebrities posting their babies online. And then there's more. There's a bunch more. Here's our nurse. There's her baby who was born the same day yours was. She posted it online. So I don't see that it's a danger. And I'm not going to argue, but I want to post pictures of my most proudest thing. I made the boy who made this girl. This is my granddaughter. Proud of her.
Well, when I introduce her to the world and I post pictures, then so be it. But we've got Guy's Aquatic Pets for 20 yen. Didn't say anything, so thank you. Just going to catch up on some super chats here for a sec.
Thank you, Guys Aquatic Pets.
We got Mike Mayhew, $5. He said, my best friend
Mikey.
is a dad.
Yeah,
That
he is.
for sure. Thanks, Mikey.
And wait. As much girlfriends as Mikey's gone through, he's still not a dad?
He's a stepdad now.
Well, okay. Way to step up, Mikey. But yeah, Josh, he's a dad now. It's crazy, ain't it? I'm a grandpa. I don't even feel old enough to be a grandpa.
you look it.
Stop it. I loved you up until that comment.
All right, there is the Fahaka guy, $10. He said the puffer is still on a hunger strike for prepared foods. I'd say there's still 500 plus cherry shrimp in the tank, but he is still plump as ever.
Well, I would say, Fahakas have no problem eating. Them little baby cherry shrimp are nothing to him. Put in a big piece of shrimp, like a prawn, like a shrimp that a human would eat, and I guarantee you he'll tear it up. Put in I hate to say, I don't feed live, but a crayfish, something like that. I don't condone that, but other people do. But that'll trigger him into eating for sure. Next one.
Hang on, I was catching up. We got Ian Oblason for $20. Says, congrats, Dad and Gramps. Have a drink on me.
Thanks,
you, buddy.
It's amazing how many friends we got out there, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're just one big happy family, and I love it. It's awesome.
Let's see. Am I caught up? Yes, we're caught up on the super chats. There's a bunch of people talking about the name, how they love it. Thank you. It took us a long time. It was, between Isabel and Alora. And the funny thing is, the day after she was born, we're sitting there in the room. First time we got some peace and quiet, and we're like, we're both going to take a piece of paper. We're going to write down the name that we want, and we're going to hand it to each other. And if we're the same, we're going to go ahead and just put it on the birth certificate. And if it didn't come out, we both thought we were going to pick the same name. She picked Isabella, then I picked Alora.
You guys just can't get this. It's been forever. So how'd you come up with Laura after that?
So I think the deciding factor there was every time the nurses walked in the room, said, hey, what's her name? We're like, I don't know. We've got two picked out. And we said Isabel. I was like, oh, that's a cute name. And then you said Laura, and they're like, oh my God, that's a beautiful name. Like, that's unique. I've had
unique.
I've had 3 Isabellas this year already. I've never heard someone with the name Laura.
Well, you hear Aurora,
mm-hmm.
and you don't hear Alora,
right?
Which is exotic and.
It took until the day that we left to pick a name. So she went 6 days just being called
baby girl.
Yeah. Yeah. So the day that we were discharged, we pretty much had the people in there for the birth certificate, and we put it all in, and we were good to go. Where are we at?
I'm going back and checking out messages here.
Yeah.
So you can go ahead and talk about whatever.
So yes, when we're ready, I know everyone wants to see her.
The drinking word. Allura
Okay.
or baby?
Sure, Allura.
Allura. Alora. Drinking word tonight.
But yes, you guys will get to meet her soon enough. You know, we just gotta, get situated ourselves.
They're just now, at home with the baby, and mom is kind of still sore because she went through 42 hours of labor, and then they ended up giving her C-section. She wanted natural so bad, so she prolonged and prolonged and prolonged, and then they gave her C-section, and then she got an infection from the C-section. So they had to keep her in the hospital a couple more days, and she's all home and fine now, but she's still sore, and so it's going to be a while. Like right now, it's Josh taking care of things and taking care of her too. But once she's back to normal, it'll be both parents, doing things, and they'll get into the rhythm of it. You know how that is. You got to get into the rhythm of the new thing that changed your life.
Well,
So.
I can say she's jumped mountains so far, so she's doing great.
Oh no, she's been through a lot, and even when I was up in the hospital, she was still cheerful and cheery. Even though she didn't get her way, I know how she had her heart set on natural, and I feel for her, but she was still cheery. She's a trooper, She was she's doing it.
We got Paws and Fins, $5 says congratulations, Josh, on the arrival of Allura. How is the other mama doing, the Ray?
She's still good.
She's out there. We just have to, keep her stress down so she doesn't abort the race.
And that's why we got her separated by herself. It's a smaller pen. It's one side of the dog bone. But, that way we can, not force feed her, but target feed her. Put food in that she can eat, and then when she's done eating, she'll leave a piece or two. We can walk away at that point because she's got a belly full. That's all we care about is her getting her, right thing. And we can soak the food in the vitamins and stuff. So, she's doing good.
Brittany Ziblis is coming from someone with a common name. That is a beautiful, unique name. I always had like 5 people with the same name in all of my classes.
You poor girl. Well, Brittany is the name of the mother, so
We got the Lasky Life. $10 says, love you guys so much and all the work you do. Josh, congratulations on the new baby.
Yeah,
my oldest
congratulations.
Is now 13. My youngest is 10, and it feels like yesterday I held them in my arms, cherish every moment. Well,
yeah, when they get 13, they're not going to like you as much no more. They like their friends better. That broke my heart.
Well, with each day that goes on, half of the stuff that either we bought for her or people get gifted to us, she's already like past it, so she can't fit a bunch of the newborn clothes that what was bought. A lot of the clothes that were bought was stuff that me and Brittany bought over time, so we're able just to go and exchange them. But a lot of like the swaddles and whatnot, she's already, moving her arms so
47
much,
of them.
and she's, flipping over, so you can't swaddle a baby who's rolling. It's not safe for them. So now we're having to, swaddle her around her chest and leave her arms out.
I saw the picture of her. She's laying there like this. You don't want to be swaddled no more.
Lifting her head up, flipping over. I told Mom she's going to be walking next week. All right. Moving on. Paws and Finn says, how is Diesel taking the little human? So the first night, he was jealous as can be, would not shut up. And then, the second night, I let him come up, sniffer. He's, used to her being in the house a little bit. And now little Diesel's just so in love with her. Like, he just wants to get up there and lick her and sniff her and, just, be all up in her face. And anytime the baby cries, she'll be sitting in her bassinet. Little Diesel runs up, he sits, and he just stares at her.
Aww.
Super cute. Actually, I have some pictures. I can show you guys these ones. Hang on. Let's see. So there is little Diesel just sitting outside the bassinet.
Oh, show them. That's adorable. Look at that.
And his little scarf says belly rub.
There you go. There's Diesel just staring at the bassinet. Oh, isn't that cute?
But we don't just have Diesel, we have the cats too. So the cats were they were a little more disinterested. They're more like you're trying to take my person type thing, and they just come up and want their head scratches, and they just kind of go on about their day. So the only thing we got to worry about with the cat is if we ever have her, laying down in like the bassinet or something, we shut the door so the cats can't jump up in there with her. But for the most part, if she's around, the cats, go to the other side of the house. And nope. Thought I had another picture here. Maybe do. I must not have saved it. Oh well. But yeah, super cute. But that was a good question. Let me get back to these here. There was another one. What was the weight of the baby? She came out 7 pounds 10 ounces. When we left the hospital, she was down at 7 pounds 0.3 ounces, and she was, that was her lowest weight. Then she started putting back on. Well, the day that we left, she was 7 pound 1, and we just weighed her today, and she's 7 2.5. So she's progressively gaining. Yep. So maybe by next week she'll be at her birth weight and past. But other than that, she's in good health and doing great. There we go. Oh, Brittany's in the chat. There she is. She answered the question. Brittany? Yeah.
Aw, hi Brittany. Welcome to motherhood. She's still really sore. Is she getting better?
She's still really sore. Like it's her stomach's just super tender and whatnot.
Can she walk yet?
Yeah, she's getting around.
Wait a minute. Is she walking like Reaper, or is she walking like you or I?
No, it's usually like the beginning of the day. It's the toughest to get up.
Yeah.
And once she's up, she can move around a little bit better.
Well, that's the most important. Is once you get up, just keep going as long as you can every day, and you'll get back to it in no time.
Yeah, but after half hour, she gets winded and tired. So
right. Well, that half hour will turn into 45 minutes. Will turn into an hour. So way to go, Brittany.
Calador for $5 says, "Go on, lad. You're smashing it. Congrats. Now wrap it up." I don't know what that means.
I kind of think. But I don't want to say it. You got your baby, now wrap it. I don't know. All right, let's move on here and look at some questions here.
Someone asked, how much sleep are we getting?
Yes.
So the whole week at the hospital, there was absolutely none. But now that we're home, the stress level has come down. There's not a nurse walking in every 30 minutes, so You feel a little more comfortable. The baby's starting to get into a little bit of a routine. So like
That's the best
last
you can root
night
for is a routine.
we got what was it, like 4 hours of sleep.
Oh, nice.
I mean, I'm used to on any given day at the most getting 5, so I feel pretty good.
That's good. That's good. I still ain't got Tracy like that. I still got to take care of Tracy, and I don't get 5 hours sleep in a row.
For everyone saying congratulations, thank you. And slowly but surely, we finally got out a few of her toys, and her umbilical cord's just about ready to fall off. So soon after that, she'll start getting to do tummy time and using some of the gifts you people all send in. So as that happens, you'll get to see that too.
Oh, Pam came by yesterday and gave you a bunch of gifts.
Mm-hmm.
One of those was a blanket that her mother actually made with the big dolphin on it, or the was it a whale shark or something?
There was a whale shark on one side, and
yes,
everything on the other.
I was like, that matches his baby room so great. Another thing though is Pam sat here. She brought you all those gifts, and then she told me that my floor is dirty. I'm like, no, it ain't. I got a robotic vacuum, and I use this Swiffer thing, at least once a week. And she got down on her hands and knees, and she scrubbed this floor in the kitchen and showed me the dirt out of the rag.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know. I can't see. It's all blurry to me, So I'm thinking the floor is clean, and here she is cleaning it, and then she wrings out the water in the sink under the thing, and it was like mud. And she cleaned the whole entire floor for us. I was like, wow, that's amazing. Thank you, Pam.
We got another comment here. Jay Rich says, congrats, Josh and Britt. I have a Tracy question. Do they have you giving her vitamin D somehow? She's probably deficient from being inside.
No, we've got the food supplement, which is Nestle Nutrient.
Yep.
And that covers everything with all the vitamins she needs daily and the food supplement she needs. And then we have this other thing called what's the ProSource. And it's a thing to build muscles and all that. Tracy is actually back to, she's 106 pounds now. Her normal weight is 99 to 101, but she's 106 pounds now because she was 120, but her legs were so thin and her arms were so thin. It looked like she had no muscle on her whatsoever. Now she's back to looking like Tracy just fell asleep. Mm-hmm. She's doing way better. She's got her muscle growing back, and that's his ProSource. And she's looking like, Pam came yesterday and is like, wow, it looks like Tracy just lay down and went to sleep. Last time I seen her, she was sickly looking. I'm like, yeah, she'd come home from the nursing home like that. It was horrible, And so we've got her to where she looks pretty much normal now. Her arms are just as thick as they used to be. Her legs are just as thick as they used to be. We exercise them all. She looks great. She does. She really does. And I'm fine with the 106 pounds. See, the thing was, somebody in Cleveland Clinic said in her chart, it said she was 130 pounds. So they're giving her, 4 feedings 4 times a day, and they're trying to gain her weight back. Well, she got to 119, and I'm like, wow, this is the chubbiest Tracy's ever been without being pregnant. This can't go on like this. So I started dropping her 4th feeding a day, and now she's down to 106. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to add back a 4th feeding 3 days a week and not the 4 days a week, and see if we can maintain this, because she looks good now. She looks like Tracy. She looks like all the pictures of Tracy. She looks normal now. So we're going to, add some food in there on her 4th feeding a few days a week, and skip it up, every other day, 3 times a week, instead of keeping, because right now the nurses don't take her food away on the 4th feeding. Only I do on the other days that I take care of her. So Monday and Tuesday, the nurses are giving her 4th feeding. So her 4th feeding is not there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, as I take care of her 16 hours a day. So what we're going to do is add 3 back now, to where she's going to be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. She'll get her 4th feeding, and then the other 4 days she won't. And if we need to add more, we'll add more. Like if 2 weeks from now she dropped another pound, we'll add 1 more feeding. We've got 7 to choose from, 7 days a week. So we're giving her 3 feedings back now to where if she maintains her weight, we're good. If she's lowering or gaining, we can change it then. But that's how we're handling things.
Brittany Ziblis, welcome back to the green team.
Thank you, Brittany.
We've got another comment here about the mermaid calendar, and I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret here. So it's not done. Don't get too excited, but I do have something in the date set, and we're going to be moving forward with this. So what that is. No.
I want to say I like this because now I know what you're talking about, and I haven't spilled it, and I know. So I feel like I'm included. You know what I'm saying?
So we got contacted by someone, and they are a professional traveling mermaid that goes around to all the zoos and aquariums around the United States, and they do shows and they do classes on safe swimming with mermaid tails and stuff like that. And her name is Haley Mermaid. You've probably seen her on TikTok if you have anything mermaid related on there. She's popped up on mine before just following the fish tanks, and I was like, she's pretty good. And she contacted us. She wants to come here and do some content with us. So while we have the professional mermaid here, she's gonna go ahead and help us with the mermaid video as well. And you could witness her trying to teach my dad how to be a proper mermaid.
And I'll be in full mermaid attire.
So that is planned. She gave us 2 dates, both in August.
Really? I've got 2 shows in August.
The only one that worked would be the, I think it's the 23rd. It's right before you leave to an Animal Con.
Today's, August. I was going to say today's the 22nd.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it'll be the day before you leave for an Animal Con. So we're just going to have to get in here, bust it out, and be done with it. So there you guys have it. We haven't forgot about you.
No. We've taken a bunch of different little clips of the mermaid thing to put them together, and we're still building it.
And
but we've got,
as you guys know, we even got Rodrigo from Predatory Fins in on it.
We also got an internet celebrity that's going to come here and join in on this mermaid video. So we have definitely not forgot about it.
Yeah. So for those of you asking, if you watch the videos, you guys would know that Rod did come and pick up his raise, and he put on the mermaid costume. I gave you guys a little itty-bitty sneak peek and said you're going to have to wait for the rest. Now, this stuff has been on my phone, and I've wanted to release it. But, patience is key. Big Rich, any plans of going to Aquashella, Dallas?
We tried. They were willing to pay our way in a plane fare. So I really, really super tried. And I've got certain people will cover certain times, but it's Mara's birthday weekend, and she was adamant about she is not going to work that weekend. So I have to now not go to Dallas, but work 76 hours straight through that weekend. So Mara, I think she's going to Las Vegas. Is that what she said?
I have no idea.
So, I cannot attend Dallas now. I will be going to Chicago Aqualand. We will be going to Animal Con in Florida, and then the OCA and something else. There was another one.
The new thing from JP?
Yes, the Mammoth Cave thing. Yes.
Someone's asking, how's the system doing? Any new upgrades in mind? There's always upgrades in mind. It's just a matter of, do we have time to make it happen? That's what it ultimately comes down to.
Right.
And right now, there's not much to go around. Okay, so you guys have questions, put them in the chat. I'm sure I missed some, because we're going pretty quick. but we're trying to do our best here.
Lori Kish says vitamin D is from the sun. It's nothing to do with weight. What I'm telling you is her Nestle Nutrient has all the vitamins that she needs. It's from the hospital. So it has nothing to do with the sun. She's got all of her vitamins she needs from that. I have adjusted her weight by how many feedings. So it's covered. You ain't got to worry about that.
They're always going to ask any progress on the saltwater tank.
We have been so busy. This is what I was talking about. I know the videos didn't do good and people were upset because I wasn't showing fish. But see, what you got to understand is we have our dedicated followers and then we have new people. And the new people are like, I showed up for the fish. Why are you showing trees? Look, it's plain and simple. We're like a soap opera. You log on to see what happens today. We put out a video every single day. It's miserable to try and think of a video for tomorrow that we haven't done. Okay? So I don't even worry about that. Hey, today we're cutting down trees. Why? Because the neighbor called the city and we have to do this. That's why I labeled it, we don't need this right now. We've got way too many other things to worry about in this situation. Now we have to deal with that. That's why I was going off on that whole tree situation. And then we video what we do daily. So today I'm doing a tree. Tomorrow I'm doing the yard or doing the pond. This day I'm feeding the fish constantly. Here's a big feeding. Take that. Here's I tried doing my tank things where I just put on here's the 4400, here's the 1000, here's the 2200, each different video. And you run out of ideas. I don't think you guys understand how hard it is to come up with ideas to video. Otherwise, you're going to have a tour video every 3 days. And you're going to have a rescue every 3 days. And then you're going to have, working in the yard every 3. It's the same thing over and over. We try so hard. So for all you people that just get on my butt about this, if you don't like it, please, you're more than welcome to go watch another channel. We video what we do here daily. And every day it's a different story. Sometimes there's 3 or 4 tours and we show a tour. Sometimes there's, we're out on a rescue and we video that. Sometimes we're just sitting here taking in fish that people are bringing because we set up that day for people to show up here. It's so hard and I can't please everyone. And I'm going to stop trying because it's really upsetting me and getting me to go off and making me somebody I'm not, So, to our true followers that are here all the time, I'm sorry that I've gone off on these other people, but, they just don't understand. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch. Please, just go change the channel. You say something mean and ignorant on the internet, I'm just going to delete your stuff, And, I'm not going off on it no more. The neighbor I went off on. I will admit that, and I'm sorry. I apologize for it, but he had it coming, So, and we won that case, and I had to tell everybody. I was done talking about it, but once the city called me and said, we're out because he's using our office against you, blah, blah, blah. So now it's a civil matter. I had to tell you guys. But what you guys don't understand is every time I talk about something, I have to tell the whole story because there's new people that just came on and don't know the backstory. So I know it's monotonous sometimes, but, it's what we got to do. As influencers, you've got to tell the story. And, I think I lost like 6 people said I'm not I'm going to cancel our subscription. I don't want to be part of this. Fine, go join somebody else. That's fine with me. It's okay because we gained probably 390 to the 6 people that left us. So I'm not going to worry about the 6% and deal with the other percent. Yeah, everybody else is happy and we're doing things. And you guys understand that every day making a video is so hard. After 4 years, I can only talk about the 4,000 gallons so many times, and it gets monotonous to me. I can only show feeding so many times. I can only show underwater feeding so many times. It's just, I try and do what we're doing here so that every day you've got something new. It's like a soap opera. You got to join, you got to turn it on to see what happened today.
Hey, someone asked, what was your first tank? How big and what'd you have in it?
It was a 10-gallon tank when I was 7, and I had a baby American alligator in it. It was about 8 inches long, and I had it for about a week before my father made me get rid of it. And I knew right then and there I had to have a bigger tank. I had to have more things, you know. And all my life, I have always had my kids growing up. You had every year you had baby deer, baby groundhogs, baby skunks, you know, baby wolves,
Yeah.
baby black panther, and we bottle fed these things every year, you know. And birds and you know we had like 5 macaws at the well not 4 macaws and one what was the other guy Moluccan cockatoo, and that was Akira. And then we had Big Boy, we had Boo, we had Spencer, and we had what was the other one's name? Big Boy, Boo, Spencer, and whatever. But we had you know always had a bunch of animals growing up, and my kids always got to bottle feed these animals. I worked with a farm that you know grew these animals, and then what I would do at the time, I didn't know there was nothing wrong with it. You know, I would buy all these baby animals. My kids would get to enjoy them, have fun with them. We'd bottle feed them, and then you know I'd sell them. Well, like 15 years ago, you know the laws changed, and we were no longer able to go to Mount Hope Exotic Animal Auction and buy these things. But you know, now I know that you know if you sell animals, they don't necessarily go to the right homes they should go to. You know. So, but at the time, I thought I was doing a good thing for my kids, and they're seeing all these different animals, and it was a great thing, and we did this together, and you know, I was a family man. So,
Whips World, $20 says, thanks for taking in my fishy friends, and thanks to Reaper for making time for me to meet up with him.
no problem. And you know, Reaper's a heck of a guy.
Aaron Kazali, $20 says, I can't believe people actually complain about that. Your real fans tune in to watch your life. It is very addicting. The best show I've ever tuned into.
It's like as the world turns at Ohio Fish Rescue.
Says, I feel like I'm a part of the family.
That's
Hashtag
what you
Team
know.
Tracy.
That's the allure of it. We make you guys all our family. You are one big fishy family with us, and you guys get to you know be here with us, and you enjoy the days with us. You know, we put a full day into a little you know 20-minute video, 15-minute video, and you guys get to follow along, and we're all family, and I love that. I mean, I truly love that. And then my Friday nights get to hang out with you guys and drink a little bit. I love that too because I don't get time to myself. I don't get to go to bars. I don't get to go out and have fun. I don't hang with the guys. I'm here or I'm on a rescue, period. And it's like the best prison I've ever been in, but it's still a prison basically. And I'm not saying nothing about Tracy. I mean, I am happy to do what I'm doing for Tracy, but it still feels like a prison. I can never leave. Someone comes over, oh, dude, we're doing this. All right, well, have fun. I can't go, you know. So,
Lori Kish, $5. She said, keep the daily videos. It makes us feel all part of the family.
right.
Hit the like button, guys.
Michelle L says, I can really notice Big Rich's weight loss this week. You know, it's going to be a while. You know, I got to lose like 50 pounds before you'll start seeing a major difference because I was 325 pounds. So, you know, going from 275 to 250, you won't notice much difference. But from 325 down to 275, you're going to see 50 pounds somewhere. If you can imagine this, I lost 20 pounds. Well, let me hold 4 5-pound bags of sugar right here. You know how big them 5-pound bags of sugar are? We all buy them. They're this big. That's what I lost, you know. And now it's starting to start showing, you know. So I just got to keep on going. But just tonight, no. Just no.
Right.
Just tonight, my son brings me over some smoked pork and brisket. I'm just, how am I supposed to not eat that? And then Reaper showed up, and he brought a, what's it called, an A1 steak burger from Dairy Queen. He says it's his favorite burger now. It's like $6, and I took off the bread, and I ate the 2 pieces of meat. They had cheese on it, some sort of steak sauce. It was amazing. But, you know, I know that in that sauce there's a bunch of sugar. So I shouldn't have ate that. I should have scraped all that off and just ate the meat and the cheese. But, you know, I'm doing, you know, keto kicked up a notch. All I do is eat a little bit of meat. Like I just went 2 days without eating, And today I ate this steak burger. And now Josh brings me all this scrumptious, brisket and smoked brisket and smoked pork. So I'm going to try and save that for tomorrow and eat a little bit of it and save some for the next day. So I just eat little bits at a time. Oh,
Forgot it's bacon encrusted pork.
bacon encrusted pork. Oh my God.
Kathy Aponte, $5, says the membership for my favorite fish, the tiger shovelnose, won't let me pick it for a membership. What should I do?
Why?
I believe it's the lowest tier. So if you just pick the lowest tier, you're automatically at the tiger shovelnose. I think once you go up to the higher levels, whatever those are, arapaima, Peruvian shark, then it'll change you off of tiger shovelnose. But I could be wrong. But that's what I think. And for everyone who's sent me a text message, there are hundreds of them. So if I have not gotten back to you, it will take time. So I do thank you guys for all the wonderful messages you have sent. But there are a ton. We got Chef Camsey, $5, says, I know every little bit goes to food for the fishies. Well, thank you, bud.
Shayla's here. Shay, the volunteer.
Yeah.
We love her. She's such a good volunteer. She says if you eat the pork and the brisket with the camera off, it won't matter. It won't count. Thanks, Shay. I love when you come up. You're such a hard worker. It turns out that a female is our best worker as volunteers go. I mean, she does more, she carries more, she lifts more than any man I've had here. She is a good worker. I love when she's here.
Yes, someone said you're gonna have to, the first little bit's all what will water weight. You might have to, keep going after that. Could try a water pill too. Just
I don't need that. Just like today. Because I feel so much thinner and better. Trust me, today I went outside and I went across the river and I cut up the very last tree that was laying down. I picked it up, put it on the chair, and then I cut it off in 2-foot sections all the way down, picked up the tree, pulled it over, set it back on the chair, cut off 2 more foot, sections, and then I cut off all the branches. And I bent over and picked up every section that I cut off myself, threw it up on the fire, and then took all the branches and put that onto the fire pit. And then I got the lawnmower and I mowed across over there. Then I came inside and Mara's complaining about the vacuum cleaner belt broke. So I taught her how to know if on the Kirby, you got to have the green light on if you're going. If the green light goes off, shut it off immediately. Otherwise, the motor will burn through the belt. So I put a new belt on and then I vacuumed the entire house. And,
I feel like I'm having deja vu right here.
Because I told you before this started. So I'm feeling a lot better and able to do more.
Too.
No, I didn't say this again.
You did.
I said this earlier?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. But I feel better to where I can bend over more without hurting as much, So I'm going to keep on going. Like, I didn't eat nothing for 2 days now. And then, Reaper brings this A1 sandwich. And now Josh brings this brisket and pork. So I'm going to eat just meat, just protein in small amounts for the next day or two. And then I'll go back to, starving again. And I'll keep doing that. Every couple days I'll eat some protein and go like that. I'm taking my vitamins. So I am taking what's that? Centrum Silver. It's for people over 50. I feel like I'm buying stuff for my grandpa. But I'm taking the Centrum Silver and I'm taking B12 and I'm taking a some sort of testosterone booster, pill that I got from somebody. I forget who. And, just to stay healthy and I'm, doing all this. So I'm trying very hard to finally lose this weight and get back to being normal,
Daisy Fisher and $5 says, hey, for Aquashella Chicago, if you need anything, hit me up. I'm local.
Who's that?
AZ.
He's not local.
To Chicago, he is.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking, if you're doing anything around the rescue, hit me up. I'm local. No, he's not.
He said Aquashella Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we appreciate it, Anthony.
You're more than welcome to come up there with us. I think that is September 6th and 7th. I'm pretty sure. Actually, I have it right here. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
We got DT, $10, says you guys are great. Keep on doing what you do, and congratulations, Josh, on the new baby. Thank you. It's been a joy, and the best has yet to come. Where are we at?
Ooh, while we're in Occoquan, Chicago, we've got an Arapaima to pick up. And I just got called by the owner of Electric City Reptile Den and Public Aquarium. They need a couple Arapaimas. They're opening up a new spot, and we supplied them with a lot of supplies, saltwater stuff, and fish for their first spot in what was it? Not Spencer. It
In
was
PA somewhere.
It's in Pennsylvania. Scatter.
Electric City. Scranton.
Scranton, that's it. Scranton, PA. And they're in a mall, and we supplied them with a lot of fish and then all the saltwater, fake corals and stuff. So he's opening up a new public aquarium in Florida. So he wants a bunch of fish from us and this and that. And I told him, fine. He's done great on the last fish. We're going to go ahead and hold some and let them build up here to where he can just take them all and go to Florida once he starts to build it. So we're working with them, intensely. Veronica Commendy says, I've noticed that when someone loses too much weight, they look sick, but you look fine, Bigrich.
No. She said, you're fine. Like you're looking like a piece of meat over there.
Oh, I feel objectified now. No, thank you. She did not mean it like that. Thank you very much. I'm trying to do right and do it the best way. Plus, also the quickest way. I don't want to lose weight so fast that I'm nothing but hanging skin. Of course, no one would want that.
Yeah. Well, you always got to make light in a situation. I'm always over here trying to crack.
You stop busting my balls. That's all there is to it.
I mean, when the doctor walked in and said, "Hey, are you the dad?" And I'm like, "No, I'm the brother." And the look on the doctor's face, they were just mortified. I'm like, "No, I'm just fucking with you." Whoops.
Josh.
Whoops.
Family friendly, my son.
Oh, it's Friday. All right. Where are we at? Looks like we're caught up on the comments. At least I am. So you guys got.
I just reached the end myself.
Yeah, you guys got.
Let's get them fishy comments in there, guys. See, Aaron Cazzoli says, "Keep up the hard work, Bigrich. It pays off. The food will always be there." But see, in this situation, the only form of happiness I get is, food. I'm not fooling around with anybody. I'm not having sex. I'm not, I'm taking care of Tracy, and that's a reward enough that I know that she would be happy knowing I'm taking care of her. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not fooling around with anybody. I'm not going out with anybody. I'm not partying with anybody. I'm not going out to the bars, hanging with my friends. I mean, the only form of pleasure I get is food. It's here for me. I mean, it's here in the house. I have to fight it. It's crazy.
Hip Hop Hillbilly says, if I got a fish at Aquashella, Chicago, would they be fine in the bag for the trip back to Ohio? Yes. So fish, if done properly, they can last, up to 48 hours in a bag with no problem, depending on size.
If you do it with the oxygen and all that kind of stuff.
But for a 5-hour drive, you do them up with oxygen, you'll be fine.
Now, what we do is we have sponge filters that we have running in our quarantine tanks, and we put them into our big tub. That way, at least it's eating some of the ammonia the fish are producing. We also try and get everybody that's donating fish or we're rescuing fish from to not feed them 3 or 4 days ahead of time to where they're not expelling ammonia out. And then also we're running on long trips, we run an FX5 filter that was up and running on our systems and stuff so that we can put them in there and the bacteria is built up and it will turn it from ammonia to nitrites, from nitrites to nitrates, and then, they can make it home. And we got and this is a short trip. The Chicago's 5-6 hours, and we have no problems ever. You know, I had a problem once coming back from California, and it wasn't from lack of filtration or ammonia buildup. It was from the cold. It was the middle of winter, and the truck acted like a refrigerator from the ice chill of the wind going past it. So I had to fight that constantly. We had to get off like every 3 exits and put warm water in all the waters. So we lost a couple fish on that trip, but really none others. We do really well.
We got Bill Smith, $5, says, how's the paddlefish doing, and what do you do with them during the winter? And did the lizard ever turn up? So the paddlefish are, native to our waters, so they can live in the colder climate. Like the koi, they're going to go down. They're not going to go a little bit more dormant. As long as you have water movement through the pond, they will be a-okay.
Yeah, we've had the front pond is only 30 inches deep.
Not even. I think it's 24.
They've lasted in there all winter long because we have a waterfall that stays running and an air bubbler that stays running, and the top is broken. It don't freeze solid. So hang on a second, I gotta such and Tracy out. And then our back pond, they stay in there every year, no problem at all. So we're doing good with the pond, wintertime and stuff.
Good question. Moby Dick of Dopeness says, do the tubs in the van get broken down after every trip? If they stay running, why not have sponge filters in them all the time?
Well, because we go sometimes a week between, trips. So what we do is we keep the sponge filters running in the main quarantine tub, which is the 150 black tub. We have like 3 or 4 sponge filters running there along with the FX5s, and then we take them out for trips. And then we use them for the trip and then put them back in that quarantine tub. So that's how we do it. It seems to work for us, and you stick with something that works for you.
I just lost my question. William Moot says, congrats, Josh, on the baby. So cool. Question, is it cool to feed my severum mussels? It is okay to feed your severum mussels, although they might not eat it. They might go picking on the meat once the mussel opens up, but that is not a very common food for them. Matthew Jonathan's got some huge red belly pacu dropped off at a pet store I work at. If we can't find a forever home for them, would you guys be able to take them?
We never say no to any fish, but we do try and stand back. Like if a fish comes up, we get several things. Bigrich, Josh Bryce, Bigrich, notifications. We stand back a little bit and wait a couple days, and if nobody else takes them, then we'll step up and take them. But we seriously cannot have the facility, the room, the amount of tank space it needs for us to jump in on every fish. So we let things run a little bit and let people, okay, I've got a 3,000 gallon indoor pond. I'd like that pacu. Thank you. We don't have to take it. We don't say no, but we do give time for other people to take all these fish. Unless it's something that we don't have, which we'd really like, then we're jumping on it.
Someone's asking about the goonch and jowl. They're both doing fine. Just hanging on in there. They're eating and growing. Jim Sheasley, $5, says, are mosquito larvae good for baby fish? That is a good source of food. My take is it's an outdoor tub or something like that the mosquitoes come and land in. The larva will go in there. And say in like the outside pond, the baby koi will feed on the tadpole larva, the mosquito larva. It's all good. It's healthy, and it's free food, honestly.
AJ says, okay, on the gooch and jowl. Also, when will you guys put the xanthic in the pool pond? If they're talking about
Probably the gar. That's what he meant.
Xanthic?
Gar. We're talking about the albino gar. It's the only thing that's going in the pool pond anytime soon.
Okay. If they were talking about Schwarzenegger, he's Xanthic, but we will never move him. He is way past his, life expectancy. He is living out his life in that 4,400. If we try and move him, he may hurt himself. He may end his life early. He may freak out. I don't know. We're not moving him. If that's the one you talk about, the Xanthic Gar, yes, we're going to be moving him, the larger one, because he's starting to bite at the little guys. We're going to have to move him into the pool pond soon. Other than that, they're all doing good in that 2,200.
Fire eel feeding and growth rate. They are slow growers. When they're smaller, it's good to feed them earthworms, and then once they're bigger, you can get them on a shrimp, tilapia, pretty much anything other fish will eat. Once they start seeing other fish coming out and eating it, they're kind of a little bit competitive. They want to be one of the first ones to eat, at least when they are larger. So once you get them past the point of like 12, 15 inches, they'll start stacking on a bunch of weight, and they won't really give you a problem feeding no more. KK says, speaking of Arapimas, watching the old vids, it is amazing how big Brutus has gotten. That is true. He might probably even is the largest Arapima in a private collection in the United States.
Might be. The Shed Aquarium has 2 at 9 foot right now.
Yeah, that's not private
It's
collection.
not private, I know. But yeah, he's pretty big. Rod had some big ones, and they met their demise, and we all felt that sadness.
Sunnyvale, is the Armada still attacking the Goliath tigerfish? I had the same problem with mine and attacked a VATF. Well, if you watch tomorrow's video, I do give an update on that one.
Oh, and tomorrow's video, our buddy Omar. Josh is feeding shrimp it was sent in by our buddy Omar Escobedo. He's really helped out a lot. He's sending all them little baby ducks and a bunch of other things, but he's sending some shrimp, and I spotlighted somebody else sending in shrimp. So I feel that I need to spotlight Omar and the shrimp that he is sending too. So tomorrow is Omar's feeding for the shrimp.
Would OFR swap out the minivan for insulated cargo van to make it easier for rescues and pickups?
If somebody had me a trade, sure. I bought that van to make it easy for us because here was my thinking. I can use it for family. It's, I'm buying it in my name. I'm buying it with my cash, not the rescue money. It has stow and go seating, goes right in the floor, and then it's all flat. If we needed, we can put, tubs in there and pick up fish. I can put the seats up and we can go to Florida or whatever, And now we just don't have enough room for all these pickups and all these fish that we're getting. And it would be nicer to have a bigger van, but I'd need something just as new that's just as good on gas is the problem. But if somebody wants to trade me, sure. It's a nice little van. It does its job. It goes all over the place. We just reached 50,000 miles on it, and it's a 2018 or 19, 18. But I didn't buy it until 19. And it only had 4,000 miles on it. Mm-hmm. So from 19 to 22, we put 50,000 miles on it.
Yeah, it's a ton.
Here, read this one.
Go for it.
Hard for me. Tanya Miller. Rich, I don't care what you're filming. You're doing everything you can for content. I enjoy every video, even on behind the scenes. You guys are amazing. Well, thank you for that. But here's the thing. We're not setting up a production company, a video editing situation and all that stuff and just doing, YouTube. We are doing YouTube just to help us cover the cost of the rescue. So we video what we're doing and not setting up to video. So if we're carrying a tank, we might not get it. We'll talk about the tank after it's in the truck or something and we video it. We just video what we do here. And let you guys follow along because, let's face it, it is exciting, it is fun, and it is, we are nonstop. I don't know anybody else out there that has a home life that's as busy as ours. You know, we nonstop do this stuff, and why not video it and let the followers follow along? You know, so and we get some money towards the video. We almost came up to where the money coming in from YouTube was covering the cost of the rescue, and then skyrocket gas prices, and then skyrocket food prices. Now we're like $1,000 away from covering the cost of the rescue. So I'm still covering that out of my pocket and, doing this kind of stuff. So, doing this thing with like Coyote Peterson and Greg Woodstock, hopefully we can get some more followers in there and, we can build the channel a little more to where the ad money pays. Because when people come here, I don't want people's hard-earned money. You come enjoy yourself. You don't have to, give me a donation. I don't want our donations to come from people. And I never sit out there and beg for donations and, please help us do what we want. All in all, it's my and Josh's, thing that we wanted to do. So why should you guys have to pay for it? Is my theory. So the more people we can get on YouTube, the easier it is for us to do the rescue. Now, once we get above, eventually we'll get up there. But once we get above paying for the cost of the rescue, we can then do, other things that we don't do now, like Universal Rocks backgrounds for all the tanks. We don't do that because that's not a necessity. The fish need food, they need medicine, they need water changes. So we're paying for all that, getting this all done. But if the YouTube channel is making more, then we can do these other things and enriching their life even better, So that was our theory on that.
We got Brittany Ziblis, $20. Says happy Fishy Friday, guys. Josh, congratulations again. Tell Brittany thanks for covering newborn duty so you can co-host tonight. So sweet. Bigrich, congrats on your weight loss. You are motivating me. Thank you for sharing.
Aw.
Well, thank you.
That's another thing I like. Yeah, thank you very much. I like being an inspiration to people, to become better fish keepers, to be wanting to come into the hobby, for children to, jump up into the hobby and, that kind of stuff. And an inspiration to be a better person, a better, it makes me feel good as a human being that I'm leaving my mark here. I wasn't a waste of space. I've raised my kids and I think we've done pretty well, and they've all got good jobs and they're doing great and they all have their own homes. We're not a dredge on society. We're not, I don't know. I think I like being, that way. And it makes me feel like I've done something that mattered while I was here.
We got Ange, $5. Says keep being you. We love what you do. Congratulations again with a little baby bottle. Thanks, Ange.
Thanks, Ange.
Thank you. No.
What?
I sneezed and I'm like, thank you. Like,
Oh.
I said, bless you.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. Bless you. I didn't even notice you
just
sneezed.
messing with you, giving you a hard time.
I'm so sorry. I did not even hear it.
Where are we at?
Chuck Ross says, what's a drinking word? It is, was it baby or Allura?
Alora.
Allura, the baby's name.
How's the Amara doing? Getting any more vicious? So the Amara is doing great. I actually just filmed a Instagram reel and a TikTok of him. So he put on a little bit of weight, and he hasn't really gotten no more vicious, but he has started doing this. When I stick my hand in the tank, you can see his eyeballs moving and following my hand. So it's just a matter of time. Like, if I get too close, he might come out and strike, But he's right around that 10-inch mark now. So I want to get him up into a better tank that he's able to be seen and, showed off. So hopefully that can happen soon. Where are we at? Oh, I think we're caught up on the chat again. Rob Bounder says, hey guys, hope you're doing good. Congrats, Daddy Josh. Show your love, people, and smash them like buttons. Stay fishy, my friends. Great
like that.
comment.
Here you go, guys.
Tri-State says, I'm a computer tech.
No. Tri-State Tropicals LLC. It's a business.
Said I straight dropped what I learned from that to open Tri-State because of you boys. Stay true to you. Love you guys. Be safe.
So Tri-State Tropicals was a computer tech, and he dropped being a computer tech to open Tri-State Tropicals. And he says it's because of us. Well, I love that. I love that. Much luck in your endeavors, and you're doing good from what I've seen. And much more success to you. Appreciate it.
Follow-up question about the Amara. They can get over 3 foot. They can get up to 1 meter long. So that would be a scary, scary fish. Kool-Aid says the Impulse bought a albino iridescent shark like a week ago, about 3 inches long, but can't get them to eat. Tried flakes, mealworms, and bloodworms. Any recommendations? None of those. Iridescent sharks don't really like flakes or mealworms or bloodworms. The best thing you will have your best chance with is pellet food, mostly sinking, or you could try little cut up pieces of shrimp or fish, and I've always had the best of luck with those. And another $5. Laura, what a gorgeous name. Well, thank you.
Oh, I like that. It is. It's like you don't hear it,
Mm-hmm. If I missed any questions, go ahead and put them back in the chat again. I promise I will get to them. I know I missed a few, and for those of you that keep posting them, that's exactly what you're supposed to do. Don't think you're being annoying. That's actually helping us because there's a lot of comments that come through. So you post it again. Yeah. I see it, and I will read it.
If we miss it, keep posting.
When will you guys put a tank mate for the Abba? I can't do that.
Can't do that.
And he has a name,
What is it, Josh?
You named him Aladdin.
But they don't know this.
Yeah, that was decided like a year ago. I forget who, but there was someone on the stream that said the name Aladdin for their kid, and we named him on the stream.
Well, we know him as Aladdin, but a lot of people don't. So his name is Aladdin, and he's Aladdin the Abba knife. Okay, Tri-State Tropical says, plus the father and son thing just blows it away. My father isn't around anymore, so you don't know how much I enjoy how close you two are. That's a blessing. Well, that's very, very sweet. Thank you.
AZ says, do you guys have the pea puffer tank? Yes, we do. They are still doing good.
He does.
Yep, that's the only fish tank at the house right now. There's 10 pea buffers in there and 2 albino bristlenose. I think it's a 25 gallon tank or something like that. What?
I can't read this right here.
I don't know. You keep having me look up there. I read that. That hurts my eyes for some reason.
Really?
It's so big, and I can't do it. So I just
here's this one with the. Oh, you read it already? Okay. Right. You still have the EPUB? Yes, you just read that one.
Yep.
How's the Armadas and GATF?
Said they're doing good, but there's a video coming out on the update for them tomorrow. You guys remember that the one had that big old gash and wound on his back. I was a little bit worried. Plus, that was from the
other GATF, right?
That was from the Armadas.
No, the Armadas leaves 2 scars and pole marks. This was a gash and a gash coming together like a GATF bite.
So what I seen is, usually the tigerfish will bite and that there will be a small chunk taken out because his teeth clamp and pull out. With this, it looked like a fang went in and hooked the flesh out, and it was kind of like falling out.
Okay. It is healing up though.
Yes, but there's an update to tomorrow, so go ahead and check that.
You guys got to check out the video tomorrow. It's Josh's first video back since he's been back.
Mm.
I'm surprised nobody's not saying anything about my hair out here. I haven't cut it off. It's in a ponytail. You know, this is what I look like all day, every day. Just on Fridays, I let it down, and you know.
But yeah, we do have the other Armadas that we're gonna move into that tank soon. So we're just gonna, rough up that equation and hopefully they get along.
Oh.
Mm.
Okay, Tri-State says a lot of parents push their dreams onto their kids, and you don't do that. You let Josh do his own thing and support him no matter what, and that's a true parent right there. Well, see, here was the thing. Me and Richie, we built that car together, right? And the Camaro in the garage. You guys all know of it. And we went to all the Autoramas, and we won many trophies and got on a movie and all that kind of stuff. And it's a famous car. And then when it come time for Josh, Richie moved out, and Josh come up. It come time for him. I'm like, what kind of car do you want to build? He's like, cars. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, Dad, don't you remember being in the garage? I'm like, yeah, we built a car. It was awesome. Yes. He's like, no. Don't you remember me saying there, are we done yet, guys? You and Richie got so excited to get the new part and put it on the car, but I was bored. I just sat there. I fell asleep on the ground many times, And I've got a picture of him sleeping on our dog Flash. That was his dog. And, it clicked. He did not like being out there with the cars. So now he's into buying cars that he don't have to work on. So I had to figure out something he wanted to get into so that we can do something together, And it was fish tanks. So we started this, and we never thought it'd get this big. I mean, it was a hobby gone wild. And, we were just, let's hang out together. Let's go do, rescues. Because so many people were talking to us because we had big tanks, because we collected big tanks and started getting big tanks. The more tanks we got, the more people were calling us. And we got to hang out together and do these things. Well, now he's moved out, and we don't get to hang together no more. But he's got that. He'll remember that the rest of his life. For the last, 4 years, we were hanging out together tight. We were doing everything together.
Mm-hmm.
And then that dang Brittany got in the picture. No, we love you, Brittany.
So Hip Hop asks, how many pea puffers would you put in a 55-gallon? I hear one for every 5 to 10 gallons. I have 10 in a 20-gallon, and they live peacefully. They don't bother no one.
But do you have problems with filtration and all that?
They're like this big, in a 20-gallon tank with a sponge and a hang on the back. They
so you got a small hang on the back, and you have sponge.
They produce hardly no waste whatsoever.
Gotcha.
Pea puffers are great. You could actually put them into a tank with plants and kind of keep them in a self-maintained, system. I've seen people out there who have breeding colonies of shrimp. The pea puffers will pick off the shrimp, but shrimp breed also kind of fast. So you could essentially put them in a closed tank and have them, plants doing the filtration, shrimp providing food, the puffers eating off the shrimp, the puffers pooping, the shrimp eating the puffers poop, stuff like that.
And
you might have to feed them every now and again, but it's basically a self-maintaining system. Where was I at? AZ Fish Room asked if we'll be attending Chicago Aquashella. Have some big wolffish eating frozen shrimp if you want them.
Yes. We will be in Aquashella. Both me and Josh are going there. This is the one show he's going to attend this year because he's got a hectic life, new baby and all that stuff. So, I'm trying to attend all the other shows with Reaper, Hoover, whatever. But Josh is going to make the Aquashella Chicago. So it's going to be me and Josh together doing that one. And you got her mother staying with her or something?
We'll
at that time, you should maybe
figure
worry
all
about
that
it.
out.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? Brittany might come. We might bring the baby. Who knows? We'll see. That's still ways in the future. JP Merlo, $5 says, congrats, Josh. I just had my 3rd grandbaby yesterday. Are you guys breeding the stingrays?
Congratulations, JP.
Yeah,
that's awesome. You're grandpa times 3. Wait, so that makes JP older than me. I'm just a grandpa now. So JP's older than me. JP Merlo from the Kentucky Fish Tank and Rescue. And he also runs the Mammoth Cave Aquarium Expo every year down in Kentucky. And he's older than me, yes. He has 3 grandbabies. Okay. Alex Black says, do you do many saltwater rescues? We do. We never turn down anything. We've rescued.
Actually, just rescued a 3-foot banana mori eel the other day. That came in, so I had Joe go and pick them up, and we didn't even have to lay a finger on it.
Right. But that's what we're building the saltwater tank for. It's going to be one big system, but we're going to have our corals and stuff that we think are cool, and then an empty tank that the water is running through for rescues so that we can grab them and have them here and then place them where we need them. Because we've gotten like a 3-foot tessellata eel. We've gotten, what was that one big, huge tank?
The Xanthopterus tank?
Xanthopterus tank. This thing was huge, like 30 inches. This thing was huge. And it had so many colors. It was amazing. It was beautiful. Maybe 28 inches.
It was like 2 foot.
It was this big, Josh.
It was a big tank.
But, oh my God, it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
I mean, a tank that big, you're paying $1,500 for it.
Right. I got you, Tracy. I got you, honey.
All right, we got just a few more questions here tonight. But Veronica Cormandy says, "Hey, Bigrich and Josh, what are your favorite TV shows? You guys watch the Game of Thrones?"
Oh my God, we used to get into so much TV together. Let me tell you, I'll go my early life. When I was a young kid, it was for sure Speed Racer. What was that guy? Johnny Sacco and his flying robot, Ultraman, and then there was another one. I can't remember the name of it, but them were. I'd come home from school every day and I'd want to watch them. Then as I got older, I started watching stuff like Gilligan's Island and all that kind of stuff, and then when I had kids, we got into a bunch of stuff together where we played video games together, online video games, and we were like we were beasts. Me and him would just go and, we'd do all this stuff, and it was fun. But lately, now, yes, of course, we got into Game of Thrones. That was amazing. We just got into Stranger Things and watched all that. There was, what else have we watched lately? The Witcher. We watched all the seasons of that. Geez, there's so many. It's hard for me to remember them all.
They actually have the House of the Dragon coming out next month. That's the prequel to Game of Thrones.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. And yes, we watched the Ozarks. That was pretty good.
Yep.
So I hate all these new shows that they get you sucked in season
and then
one.
There's no season.
Exactly.
What?
Yeah.
You got to wait a year for it to come out, if it's coming out.
Yeah.
Like the Orville. I just watched 1, 2, and 3 seasons, and now 3 just came out. I watched it all in a matter of like 4 days. Because I'm watching Tracy at nighttime, so I'm able to watch TV.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it all. Now I got to wait a year for the next one to come out.
Yeah. If I turn on a show and it says 1 season, no, not doing it. I will gladly wait until there's 3 or 4. Oh, let's get one more question from the chat. One more question. Someone was asking if we pass through Tennessee regularly. Not very regularly, but sometimes we do. I imagine you have some fish down there. If you would message us, tell us what they are, we'll put you on a list. It might not always be us coming down. We might have someone passing through the area, and we could, eventually make that happen. All right, one good question to end it on. We got Jonathan Sloan. How many gallons of prime do you use weekly? We don't use the liquid stuff right now, but my dad found liquidation of that stuff called Safe. It's a powder, and I think each one treats probably 60,000 gallons, and we'll go through, a bottle a week. So we definitely go through our dechlor. stuff. You know, we've got probably 200 cans of it right now. Maybe he's lost in thought over here.
I'm reading.
All right, last super chat. Darren Schreiber sent in $1. So
Here's this one.
Thank you.
Okay, somebody just said something's a bit concerning. Dougie says, should you not check on Tracy? No, I have Tracy. Every time she coughs, I have her going into her trach collar, which gives her moist air and oxygen. Now, she can breathe in and out, and that liquid that comes out of her trach will fall to the bottom of that. I have a cutout and a bib. Okay, so we're good. But I have to keep the machine running. So when she's not on the running machine, like on Friday nights here, I just have her on a rebreather. It's a moisture control thing and a humidifier type thing. But if she coughs, the phlegm gets caught into here. I have a suction tube in the bottom. So every time she coughs, I have to suction it out to make sure that fluid don't build up and cover her intake and outtake, filters. So I don't have to check on her. It's just her coughing because the moisture is building up too much in her lungs. She's coughing again. So as long as I suction every time that she coughs, we're good to go, and she don't have moisture build up. And then after the show, I'll put her back on the trach collar and the humidifier machine that puts out mist and stuff like that.
Well, I'm going to get going here. I don't know if you want to end it or keep on going.
I wanted this last question.
All right, last one. I said that before, but last one. Rich and Josh, we are building Fish Lounge in Memphis, Tennessee, downtown. Would love to host you guys if you're ever going to pass through.
We do here's how we do things. We make a north trip, we make an east trip, we make a west trip, we make a south trip. Then we'll go back north. So as these fish rescues build up, and we've got 3 or 4, sometimes we've gone out of order because all of a sudden in Indiana, we've got 3 or 4 over there. So we'll go west the second time, before we go, because we don't have, rescues built up on any of the other directions. We don't really have a lot south. We rarely go south. If it's in Ohio, we go there, all the time.
The further south you get, the more restrictions you get.
Well, not only that, but they don't need rescues as much because they have outdoor ponds and they can keep their fish in there all year long. Georgia and South Carolina and Florida and all that. So we don't really get calls for rescues down south. The only thing south we do is shows. So hope that answers your question as best as we're able to. And thank you guys for joining tonight. It was fun. Love having you guys here.
And with that being said, we will catch you guys next week for another Stay Fit Fishy Friday. We appreciate you guys for coming on for tonight's
For sure.
stream.
I love hanging out with you guys. It's awesome.
And as always,
stay fishy, my friends. Oh, my goodness.